Hey, I'm Kylie of Kylie M Interiors, online paint color consultant and e-design expert. We're going to take a look at Sherwin Williams Natural Tan. Natural Tan is a warm paint color, but I'll say it's quite atypical. When you're looking for a warm paint color, you're often looking for colors that have a noticeable warmth to them. So that's in the form of yellow, orange, pink, and sometimes even a wink of green is hiding in there. The cool thing about Natural Tan is that it has very minimal commitment to any warm undertone. But that cool thing also makes it challenging. A lot of times the finishes in our home want an undertone commitment. They want a yellow to connect with, or an orange or a pink. Being that little bit more passive, Natural Tan's a bit trickier, but that doesn't mean it's not a great choice for you if you're trying to avoid noticeable undertones. Now, one of the best ways to look at those undertones is with comparison. We're going to do that in a second, but first I want to talk about Natural Tan's LRV. LRV is light reflectance value. It tells you how light or dark a paint color is on a scale of 0, which is black, to 100, which is white. Natural Tan sits at 65, so this is in the light range, slightly higher in the light range. If you have a super bright room, Natural Tan will wash out. You'll lose the glory of it. You will at least need a crisp, clean trim for it to contrast with. If you have a dark room, any neutral's a hard go in a dark room. You need good interior lighting to amp it up. Save your money, don't paint. Do more wired-in lighting, get some floor lamps, table lamps, anything to improve your lighting, then look at paint colors. You also want to pay attention to kelvins, and I have an awesome blog post on that for you to check out, because you can actually change the temperature of your paint color and how it looks based on the light bulbs you choose. But anyways, that's a rabbit hole to go down. Now, if you have a north-facing room, Natural Tan being quite a muted tan, it is not a grayish or taupe. It doesn't lean that far, but it does have more gray in it. So if you put it in a north-facing room, or even a room that has eastern afternoon light, western morning light, those flatter lights, it is going to lose some of its warmth. It will never look like gray. It'll always have a passive warmth, which can be nice. The other great thing is that if you have a south-facing room, or a room with hot afternoon western sunshine, Natural Tan is a great way to add balance without visually overheating the room. Now, let's do some color comparisons. Comparison is great because it helps you see what you're working with. You might see things you didn't expect, and if you don't like them, you might see a color you like even more. So let's start with Sherwin Williams Natural Linen. So Natural Linen is got a little bit more orange, a little bit more beigey warmth in there. So if you have a north-facing room and Natural Tan's falling that bit flat, or you have a beige tile or carpet that's demanding a bit more undertone, Natural Linen could work for you. But if you have a south-facing room and this is too hotsy-totsy, Natural Tan could hit the spot. Neutral Ground, now this guy's lighter, almost a bit creamier. Now when you compare these, you can see that Natural Tan could maybe pick up some undertones. So while it does not commit at all to yellow, orange, or pink, you can see that compared to some colors, it looks slightly pinky, just a wink. But I've also seen it pick up a wee, and I mean so tiny, touch of green in the odd light. That's the tricky thing again, when a color doesn't commit to an undertone, it has the potential to shift around a bit. You just want to watch for those two very passive undertones, and they might not even show up to the party. Ooh, Accessible Beige by Sherwin Williams, super popular color. I love Natural Tan for a little bit more freshness to it, but Accessible Beige is certainly popular. You can see it has a bit more depth to it. They really are doing very similar things. Neither color commits to the warm undertone, which is interesting, right? See that there? So this is washing out in a bright room. You might like Accessible Beige. Accessible Beige is a bit heavy for you. Natural Tan can be awesome. Now, Canvas Tan, this is another type of warmth. So Natural Linen had a little bit of orange in it, that beige warmth, whereas Canvas Tan has a little bit more yellow. So again, you can see that shift, a little bit more gray in here, and almost has a taupey look to it. It's a pretty cool color. I love Natural Tan when it connects with spaces. It's a great, great color if you're nervous about things being overly warm. Now, the best way to pick a color is to have it with a really great white. Now, if you have existing trim, you want to be very careful, because if your trim has a lot of yellow in it, it's not going to be super happy with Natural Tan. That little tendency to pick up a almost pinky can sit a bit funky. The furthest I would go would be Sherwin Williams Alabaster. That's totally doable. Personally, it's not my fave combo. There is a better choice, but doable. If I'm going to choose, if I'm starting from scratch, I'm probably going to go with Pure White from Sherwin Williams. And I do have videos on all of these. You like them, check them out, or blog posts with photos. Pure White, you can see it still is a soft white. It's not a bright, clean white, but it's just not, doesn't have that same yellow that Alabaster has. And lastly, just super clean, super simple, but not icy cold, not like extra white or ceiling bright white, which I'm not a big fan of for most colors. Awesome, high reflective white, clean, simple. So there you go, that's Sherwin Williams Natural Tan. Please visit me on my blog. I have hundreds of color reviews, DIY, and budget-friendly update ideas. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel.